If you think building a successful business starts with money, you're already behind. Not because money isn't important, but because you're focusing on the wrong starting point. Businesses don't start with funding, perfect plans, or ideal conditions. They start with action, the one thing most people avoid. And that's exactly why most people fail. Not because they're not smart enough, not because they lack ideas, but because they wait. They wait to feel ready, to feel confident, to find the right moment. That moment never comes. While you're waiting, someone else is already moving, someone with less experience, less knowledge, sometimes even a worse idea, and they're still winning. Not because they're better, but because they started. Every day you delay, someone else takes the position that could have been yours. Right now, while you're listening to this, someone is taking action on an idea you're still thinking about. I've seen people with average ideas make thousands while smarter people with better ideas made nothing, simply because they never left the planning phase. That's the real difference: speed. Not intelligence, not talent, not even the idea itself. Speed of action. If you want to build a successful business from scratch, you need to accept something uncomfortable. Your first goal is not to build something impressive. Your first goal is to prove that anyone cares. Because if nobody cares, nothing else matters. Attention is cheap, commitment is rare, and only commitment proves value. Most beginners get this wrong. They start building immediately: logos, websites, branding, features. It feels productive, it looks productive, but it's not progress, it's avoidance. You're not building a business, you're building something to hide behind so you don't have to face reality. And reality is simple: will anyone pay for this? That's the only question that matters. And you don't need months to answer it. You don't need a product, a system, or a perfect setup. You need a response. Speed of feedback is more important than quality of planning. That's why the fastest way to build a business is not to build, it's to test. You take your idea and reduce it to one clear result, something people can instantly understand. Not, I'm building a platform, or I'm starting a brand, but a result: I help busy people lose 5 kilograms in 30 days without the gym. Now it's clear. Now it's specific. Now it can be tested. If a stranger can't understand your offer in 5 seconds, it's too complicated. I once saw a guy test a simple idea by sending 20 messages to strangers offering a clear result. Within 48 hours, 3 people agreed to pay him before he had anything built, and he made his first $300 with nothing but message. And then comes the part most people avoid: you show it to real people. You start conversations, you explain the result, and you ask directly, would you pay for this? No waiting, no perfection, no hiding. This is where the game actually begins, and where most people quit. Most people never even reach this step. They quit before reality has a chance to answer them. Because now it's uncomfortable. Now rejection is possible. Now it's real. But that discomfort is the shortcut. Every no gives you information. If people don't understand, you simplify. If they don't care, you change the result. If they don't trust, you prove it. This is progress. Rejection is not a stop sign, it's a direction signal. And then eventually something happens, someone says yes. That first yes changes everything, because now you're not guessing anymore. Now you have proof. And once you have proof, you move fast. Not perfect, fast. You build the simplest version possible that delivers the result. No extra features, no complexity, just outcome. Your job is not to build big. Your job is to make something work. Your first version should feel almost too simple, because its job is not to impress, it's to work. Most people overcomplicate this step and destroy their own momentum. They think they need systems, automation, branding. They don't, not yet. A simple offer, a clear result, and a paying customer, that's enough. Revenue is the only validation that actually counts. From there, you improve. You talk to customers, observe what works, notice what confuses them, fix it, simplify, and repeat. Over time, patterns start to appear. You see where people come from, you understand why they buy, you learn what builds trust. Now you're no longer guessing, you're building with feedback. And this is where many people make another mistake. They try to scale too early. They get a few results and immediately jump to ads, tools, and growth strategies. And everything breaks. Because growth doesn't fix problems, it multiplies them. If your offer is weak, more traffic makes it worse. If your message is unclear, more people ignore it. Scaling a broken system only makes failure happen faster. Scaling only works when a foundation is strong. So before you grow, make sure 3 things are clear: your offer, your audience, and your result. If those are strong, growth becomes predictable. If they're not, growth becomes chaos. Clarity is what turns effort into results. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. Building a business is actually simple. Not easy, but simple. You find a problem, test a solution, get feedback, improve, and repeat. That's it. No magic, no shortcuts, just execution. The people who win are not the ones with the best ideas. They are the ones who stay in the game long enough to figure it out. Most people never do. They stay in their heads, convincing themselves they're preparing, delaying action until it feels safe. It never feels safe. Comfort is the most expensive trap in business. And the idea that could have worked never even gets tested. So if you're serious about building something real, stop waiting. Start small. Start messy. Start without confidence. Because confidence is not the starting point, it's the result. The first step will feel unclear. The first version will feel weak. The first attempt will feel uncomfortable. And that's exactly how it should be. That means it's real. Most people don't fail because they can't succeed. They fail because they quit before reality has a chance to respond. If you keep moving, you will learn. If you keep testing, you will improve. If you stay consistent, you will win. Not instantly, but inevitably. Momentum beats perfection every single time. Because success in business is not about one perfect move. It's about making enough moves until something works. You don't need certainty to start. You need courage to act without it. The only difference between you and someone already winning is that they started before they felt ready. And the only way that happens is if you start. Right now, to be why using these simple business strategies, you can improve your processes and increase your revenue. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and share this video with your colleagues.